So for this video, we are going to be talking about the sum function. I'm going to show you two ways of how you can use the sum function and how you can access it. So for me to do it, I'm going to have to delete some of these totals that we've already done. So I'm just highlighting and then clicking on delete so that we can use the sum function to find the totals again. So there are two ways of how to do it. The first one, we are going to do it via the formulas bar. So go to the formulas tab, and sum function is found in the math and trig. So click on this drop down menu and scroll down to where you can find the sum here. Give it a click. So for this one, you can see Excel already highlights the area or the range where we are supposed to sum, but assume it wasn't there. So we are going to delete this, and what you are going to do, you select the area or the range in which you want Excel to sum up the values. So for this one, we want it to sum up these values. So you click and drag. You just left click and drag that range. Then you can see here it gives us the range. So it's telling us Excel will sum 700, 600, 1000, 750 and 400. That is what we want. So you click on OK. So that is one way to find to use a sum function. The other thing, you can just as I told you, you can use the fill handle to fill across this, but I want to show you the other way you can find the other way you can use the sum function. So we are going to hit is equals, then write the word sum. So Excel pops up the word sum, then double click. So when you double click, you highlight the values or the range where you want it to sum up, like that. Then remember to close the brackets or the parentheses that way. Then you hit OK. So that's another way of adding up. So we can just do that. Then for this other one, we can practice again. Hit is equals. Then for this one, I want us to look at this one, what we call the auto sum, because we want to sum up. Auto sum basically sums up, it automatically adds up. It's a quick calculation where you can add values by summing or getting the average. So for this one, you're just going to click on auto sum. Then it gives you the range. It tells you it's going to sum 700, 700 and 750. Because it's the range we want, we can just hit OK, and it automatically gives us the total. So for this one, you should be careful sometimes when you're using auto sum, because let me give you an example. Say we have an is equals there, or we want to auto sum the rent the rent figures. So when we come here and hit auto sum, okay, it's good perfectly. Then for this one, let's see. Yeah, for this one, you see, I want it to sum the values in the cost of goods sold, but since basically how we do this, we usually find we usually put the totals in a column below the column. We don't do the other way around. We barely put the totals in the end of the rows. So what it has done, it has highlighted the values up there, but we wanted the values across or in the row. So you should be careful when using it. So I'm just, because this is not the selection you want, I'm just going to select this and then just hit enter. So that's one way, and then you can just autofill these ones. Yeah, so that's one way to use the sum function, and I hope you've understood.